Most online businesses don't fail because of bad products. They fail because they're speaking to everyone and reaching no one. In this video, I want to walk you through 5 simple practical steps to define your ideal client so your content cuts through the noise and your offer starts converting. Plus, I'll give you 12 diagnostic questions to help you sharpen your ideal client profile, or ICP as they call it in sales. I will also share what was a huge game changer for me in defining ideal customer for my business. Let's get into it. Step 1. Basics. Define the demographics. Before we dive into psychographics and all this mindset and psychological stuff, get the basics right. Ask yourself, what is your perfect client's age range? For example, for me, it's millennials between 28 to 45. It doesn't mean I don't speak to people in their 50s if they come to me for help, but I always keep that range in my head for my content and messaging. What's their gender? Are you speaking to women, men, or both? Are you working just with moms, maybe only dads? Or do you target both women and men? What do they do for a living? Are they in corporate, self-employed, creatives, in tech? Are they coaches, consultants? For example, my niche are people in corporate relatively senior who want to exit 9 to 5, or coaches and consultants who just started their soloprenneurship but do not see any results and want to fast track those to start making money faster. Do they have kids? If yes, how many? For example, majority of clients who come to me, they do have kids and they want to build a life and live their life on their terms. They also can't afford not to make money for long and not to see the results. That's why they're really serious about making it work, because they have big commitments. Another question to ask is, do they have pets? If yes, this tells you something about their life and routines. And important, how much do they earn? Why does this matter? Because a single 40-year-old female tech manager making 150K lives a very different life than a 25-year-old male creative just starting out through his corporate journey or through his work. Don't be vague. The more specific you get, the more magnetic your message becomes. Step 2. Understand their deep pain. People don't buy your service. They buy the outcome your service creates. So ask, what keeps them up at night? What are they struggling with right now? Are they stuck in a soul-sucking job and secretly dreaming of launching their own business? Do they feel like they're falling behind compared to peers? Are they burnt out, doubting themselves, wondering if they missed their shot? You need to feel their problem more than they do. I always say you need to know your customer better than they know themselves. That's how you write messaging that converts. So when they hear you speak, they feel understood. Step number 3, identify what they value most. The fastest way to connect with your prospect, with your audience, is by showing you understand what matters to them beyond money. Ask yourself, what truly matters to them? More time with their kids, more creative freedom, leaving a legacy, financial independence. What are the values they live by? Their goals will shape how you position your transformation. If they crave freedom, sell outcomes in terms of time, location, or autonomy. If they crave recognition, sell results that elevate status or visibility. Position your offer based on what they care about most. Step 4. Find out where they hang out. Now that you know who they are, go and meet where they are. Ask, where do they hang out online? LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Slack groups, podcasts, newsletters? Who are the creators or entrepreneurs they follow? This helps you not only target them with content, but also understand how they think, speak, and what they expect. If they follow Marie Forleo, they'll resonate with polished, fun-loving energy. If they follow Hormozy, they want no BS, practical advice, and social proof. That context lets you shape your brand intentionally. Step 5. Understand their psychographics. This is the final piece and where most ideal client exercises fall short. And understanding this one made a huge difference for me and for my business. Ask, what are their hobbies and what are their lifestyle habits? How do they spend their weekends? Do they do yoga, hiking? Do they watch Netflix? Do they love exercising? You're not gathering this information for fun. You're gathering it so your content feels like it's written by someone who gets them. When you know how they move through life, you can then use their language, their metaphors, their pace. Suddenly, your message doesn't sound like marketing. It sounds like truth. It feels like it's written just for them. For me, understanding the psychographics of my ideal clients was a huge game changer. For example, I realized that the clients who get the best results with me are high performers, they're ambitious, they love structure, and they usually love travel and fitness. They don't come to me for healing, they come for clarity, momentum, and results. So understanding those traits helped me pre-qualify people through a DM, through a message, even before jumping on the call, since I can tell with 99% probability whether we will be a good match. They say that our vibe attracts our tribe. So eventually you will see that a lot of people who come to you are to some extent like you, but just a version of you probably a few years ago. So now you've got the 5-step framework that will help you to identify your ideal client profile, ICP. Demographics, pain, values, digital behavior, and psychographics. And within that, 12 clear questions to diagnose your ideal client profile. Here is your next step. Don't just think about this. Write them down, reflect, answer in detail. And if you want help, I've created a free worksheet for you, the Ideal Client Deep Dive Checklist. You can grab it in the description below. It walks you through all 12 questions and gives you real-life examples. You will get clarity in less than 30 minutes and avoid the months of wasted time that I went through. Once you filled in that spreadsheet, put it somewhere in front of you and use it as your guidance for your offer, content, and outreach and sales calls. And if you are still stuck between multiple business ideas and you don't know which idea to choose, don't worry, because the next video will help you to pick the right one using a strategy I've shared with dozens of clients. Subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and keep an eye on the video next week. No more second guessing. Let's start turning clarity into traction. And bye for now. With care, Anna.